kinds of music.
Oh, wow.
Big names, big songs, big guests, big prizes. Well, it's a big show. The Big Show.
Put your hands together for the one and only
Glenn, Angel, FD, and Sean.
That's what I'm talking about.
OneFM 91.3. Good times, greatest hits.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome to the Big Show, the biggest day of the week with the, biggest stars. As a matter of fact, we have with us the legend himself, KFCito, because it's Makansutra Friday.
Good morning.
Good morning. Oh, my sinners, diners, and lovers. If you're wondering, this is not New York.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Doesn't look like New York. Maybe we get a chance, we'll make something like this in New York. We are heading there. We're getting there.
Yeah, surely the
Congratulations.
the food hall in New York will have to kind of have some of the characteristics of our hawker center, right?
So this is a 8-year wait to do something like that. The first time somebody broached the idea of doing a hawker center in New York, namely Bourdain, it really piqued me. And of course, he passed on, he couldn't get the project done. And I knew this could always still be done. And lo and behold, after we got our UNESCO award, I went to bug one of the other key partners in the original team and said, hey, this still can be done. So Eldon Scott said, let's bring the band back together.
Wow.
And here we are.
Wow.
And to show how serious he is about the project. This guy has never been to Singapore before, and he took the project on. The guy is big, like open food court all over UK and America, Miami, Florida, LA, everywhere he does so. Without being in Singapore, ever being in a hawker center, he took the project on. That's how serious he was. And I said, Eldon, you got to get your tush here. And today he's here. This week he's here, and
nice.
his first, he and his team, their first encounter with a hawker center was chicken rice Atai, who is one of the vendors that's going to New York, and the guy fell off his chair, man.
Yeah.
And then you see, he's very serious. He look at things we don't look at now. He look at the uniform of the cleaner.
Okay.
And what they do, he does that, right? He go there, wow, hey, this. Then he tells his manager, hey, we ought to do this. and then he looks at, he counted tiles. He just put his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I said, are you counting stall to table ratio? He said, yeah. So he'll know how much table to put, what's the spacing apart and all that. Who does that, man? I mean, who does that?
Yeah.
So I'm so honored to be working with them. And you know what? I'm gonna sail us into New York and blast the city with char hai mee, nasi lemak, chicken rice, roti prata, nasi biryani, you name it.
Now
man.
we can really say we're gonna be a part of it. New York, New York, New York. So this food hall, for the benefit of people who don't quite know, from they're living on the moon or whatever,
other planet.
how many food stalls are there going to be at this food hall in New York? Good morning, Pat.
Morning, Pat.
Good morning, Pat. How many stalls? We're going to have about 18 of them.
Okay.
And the thing is that they brought up something. So if you are selling all this traditional, hardcore traditional Singapore fare, it doesn't feel very Times Square. So I said, and I brought the guys over here, hey, this is already tomorrow in Singapore, our hawker centers today, if you look at the newer fangled ones, hello, you can find Italian, you can find pizza, burgers, you can find Thai, Vietnamese, Filipino stalls all over our place, alongside our bak chor mee, kway teow teng, and your prata and all that. So, and that's what's exciting. I plan to make this the newer fangled style hawker center where you can find almost the world in our hawker center. And that's perfect for Times Square. That's perfect for Times Square.
So international fare.
Yeah, I mean, our hawker center is so international already. What?
Yeah.
The guy had this meat chop, pub grub meat chop, the chicken chop. Wow. he said, you have this with a nice coleslaw and fries and all that. I said, yeah, it's Hainanese down here. And then he saw hawkers doing pasta, grills, and so he's impressed. He says, yes, we got to make this not just old school Singapore fare, but let's put in all this regional stuff, which is already a part of the Singapore makan skin.
Lovely, lovely. But let me just tell you, Sito, I mean, in the late 90s and early 2000s, I was in New York all the time. So I feel like I'm kind of, New Yorkish. So can I give you some advice? This food hall, make sure there's air conditioning.
Sure, bro. Yeah, you sure can. You sure can.
Okay, let's play a song from Eddie Money right now. Take Me Home Tonight on The Big Show, 1FM 91.3.
But don't worry, Glenn, there'll be heating as well in the winter months.
In the winter, yeah.
So where are you today, Sito?
People are guessing
You mean our
Hong
viewers
Lim
don't
Park.
know, man?
Is it?
Who guessed?
Viewers, the
Hong
viewers
Lim
saying
Park.
Hong Lim Park.
Viewers always win one
Hong Lim Food Centre,
Wow.
correct?
Hong Lim Food Centre.
Hong
You-
Lim lah,
you-
got split level sitting on.
Your viewers
Hey.
are freaks,
Damn
Hey,
fast,
Sito,
man.
I wanted to
Yeah,
ask you
lor.
about this New York hawker center, right? You're going to have 18
Yeah.
stalls in total.
Correct.
And then how many of them will be sort of your traditional Singapore foods, like your chicken rice?
Maybe
and
it's
your fish
more than
ball noodles?
half is going to be traditional,
Okay.
but there's also a Japanese guy in Singapore who does ramen. It's very good ramen, and the guy has set up ramen stalls in Singapore. So he's doesn't have anything in Japan. I think the guy PR already. So and then when people see a ramen shop in a hawker center next to a char kway teow, nobody bats an eye. Correct?
Yeah.
Because it's part of what our hawker center is, and I'm going to echo this story in New York. So how many of them? I think maybe half or more than half of them will be your old school Malay, Chinese, Indian, Nonya, Eurasian, and others.
And others. And how much of the food are you going to use like locally, as in from the US, or are you going to import a lot of the ingredients in, or you can't find most of the stuff?
No, I've been doing a lot of events, Singapore Day, a lot of our other food events in New York, bringing Singapore hawkers and food up there. I dare say 90% of what we get here, ingredient-wise, it can be found in New York.
Okay, that's
wow.
great. That's great.
Even get this, buah keluak.
Oh wow!
No way.
Okay.
Yes
Stuff
way,
like
yes
belacan
way.
and all that, you'll be able to get. Oh.
Easy lah,
Wow,
easy.
okay.
But you think they
But
like
the
guacamole? No,
quality-
that's a what do you call a quiet taste, guacamole.
Not so quiet,
Hey,
not
you
quite
tell
loud.
story the way you gotta tell story the way KFC does lah. Then they really?
That's true. They
Oh,
wanna
yeah,
try
it's
it.
as per what you taste. It tastes like mud.
That's right. I was thinking exactly that. They're like, tastes like mud. You know what this needs? It needs some mayo.
Yeah, it needs some tomato ketchup. Can I get some
no.
ketchup?
Now truffles.
Truffles.
Baccarat truffles.
Nice. Okay.
So
well done.
it's really exciting lah. My partner's gonna come on in a while. So go and ask him all the questions and all that, but
Yeah.
don't ask him how much, where,
No,
where,
no, of course not.
numbers, come to me.
No, but
Email
this-
me.
this is so
if the viewers
exciting.
are interested, talk to me.
So exciting
It is
that
very
you
exciting.
guys are going to be in the greatest city in the world.
But obviously, I
Where-
mean, if you talk about money, you can't price them the hawker center prices of Singapore, right?
Yeah,
What
lah.
I tell you, there's a few so-called Southeast Asian or Singapore Malay restaurants, Singapore Malaysia restaurants in New York already. Makan, Gotham, don't know, walk, and don't know what. And if you look at their menu, one of them, I wouldn't say has the audacity, but that's the price. Nasi lemak, yes, US dollars,
20.
多少钱?
No, I
On
think
the nose, man.
Oh, really?
20
$20 US dollars.
US dollars. What are you going to try and do then with the pricing? Are you going to try and keep it as low as possible? Obviously, right?
Yeah. Keep it at that market rate. Don't sell too high. Don't sell too low. So people are still easy. They expect. For example, I brought them to eat this newfangled dry hae mee with a hae mee soup at the side. Oh, this guy's got prawn ball, meatball. He's got two giant shrimps on top, and then all that. So our partners ate. Then he looked, oh wow, is he coming? Is he coming? They let me persuade him to come. And then I asked him, how much would you pay for this in our food hall? Without batting an eye. Oh wow, 2 prawns, meats, and all that. $18 US.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, a guy
Okay.
was only selling it for $9 here.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Unreal.
Yeah, boy.
And you know, it took us so many years to research this and negotiate the deal and find out all these issues. And then we realized that to install this, best way is to spin the stories. It's not about spinning the stories about the dish, but stories about our people. Because New Yorkers, especially in Midtown, you know, they will come. My partners have no doubt these folks will come. So the story spinning part, which is who we are as a UNESCO hawker culture, is very important for us. That's what I'm gonna be spinning, man.
Nice, nice. So what are some of the stalls that we can expect there then?
Why you don't ask later?
I can tell you what they
Ask later.
ate now. They ate more than they needed to. I can't tell you who, because the reason they are here is because they want to hear. Although we've defined some kind of a contract, how we can ease them in, because it's not easy. A lot of paperwork, a lot of rules and regulation. We have walked through that with them for the last 6 months. So we have kind of pat on what are the things that we expect. So your question. I tell you who we can safely confirm, because it's already been mentioned, is our good old rock star millennial hawker Douglas Ng of
The fishball store,
Yeah.
fishball one, yeah.
Fishball
Yeah.
store.
Sorry.
And then there's Hari Ann's, the laksa people. They've got the father has a hawker stall in Tiong Bahru, and then they went on to open a cafe in Bugis and one more in Suntec, and I think a couple others, I don't know where it is. So they're going bringing their laksa, maybe their mee siam rebus, and some of their kueh.
Yum.
Kueh and the third one so far we can safely confirm is the inventor of our sambal style chili crabs, the Dragon Phoenix. You know, the Four Heavenly Kings, one of them, they invented this in the 60s. Of course, the original chili crab, which is just tomato sauce and chili paste, is done by Roland's.
Oh, yes.
He's still around.
Next to Parkway
Parkway.
Parade.
And Roland's is the godson of these Four Heavenly Kings. So, but Mr. Hui took that original version, and fella put sambal, egg, he put stock, he put a dash of lime and vinegar in there, and then that became the most popular version that we all love in our hawker centers today. They are going to do a zhicha station.
Awesome. You know,
Imagine
Roland,
you walk right,
that Roland guy should market himself a little bit more, man. Let everyone know
That's true.
that he and his family came up with chili crab first.
I had no
I
idea.
tell that story all the time. But you know, when you are faced with that sambal style with that film of egg over it, last thing you think about is where it came from, who first, who second. They don't care, man.
Yeah.
They say, hey, where's my roti? Where's my mantau? They drown the thing in that sauce and they stuff it in the mouth, man.
It's all marketing as
So
well.
exciting, exciting. We have the inventor of chili crabs going to New York. You know how exciting it will be for the folks in that area.
Yeah.
You know what,
That's gonna be
Nasito?
very
Can
cool.
you arrange for us to interview the founder of Chili Crab?
Sure, can. And his son.
We will help you in
Chris.
that area.
Yeah.
That would be really
Because you know,
Oh, you mean
Singaporeans,
the Roland or Mr. Hui?
whoever lah, you know, we just want to make
Both
sure that
lah, both.
everybody
Hey, they are-
knows, right?
By
If
the
not,
way, they are very, very, very close family friends. They are you know, Roland is his godson. You know, they take care of him. Man.
see, it's
Yeah,
good, you know
somewhat,
why?
yeah.
Because
We can do both.
everybody thinks that Jumbo invented chili crab. So we
His
have to
face.
dispel that myth. You know, I mean, people might laugh at me when I
Something
say this, but let me just tell you, okay, it's true.
That's
Everybody out there, they don't know about this.
I don't know.
Roland.
I didn't know about this story.
Yeah, they would rather
Yeah.
believe that Jumbo Seafood created chili crab, or maybe
Yeah.
Long Beach or whatever.
marketing,
you know.
lah.
It's
It's
one of the big
marketing,
names,
marketing, what?
Jumbo. Hey, if you go and say
30 seconds.
Jumbo invented chili crab, then I say, hello, what? You got no Google, you got no handphone, you go to a public library and Google these things or not?
Anyway, jumbo is the name of a bird, right? It's a type of bird.
It's jumbo.
Okay.
Oh, that's jumbo. I see.
Jumbo.
Okay. Okay, we're going
Jumbo
to
is
go.
anything. Yeah, okay.
We're going to go back on air, and later, folks, in case you didn't hear, we will also be talking to the founder of Urban Space, Mr. Eldon Scott, as well. Okay, so that's no surprise. I want to prepare everybody for that, Sito.
Okay, FD stand by on traffic.
Alrighty.
And then we are on air.
1FM 91.3 traffic.
Well, we've got the build-up of traffic on the expressways. It's really not as bad as it usually is. I think a lot of people took the Friday off after yesterday's public holiday. But one or two areas to look out for. The TPE towards the PIE, we have an obstacle on the road after
Oh, that's it.
the Sengkang exit. And on the PIE towards Tuas, an accident after Upper Jurong Road. Avoid lane 1. Please stay within the speed limit. Have everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Good morning and welcome back to the Big Show. Sorry there, I thought FD's Wi-Fi had
They did. It's just
let
a
him down
Chua-Chu-Kang
there
thing.
for a little while.
Yeah, it's a Chua-Chu-Kang thing.
It's a Chua-Chu-Kang thing. You dropped out for like 2
Yeah,
seconds.
I thought his throat went sore or something like that. You better go for an ART test, I tell you.
Aiyo.
Anyway, we have the legend himself,
Negative, man.
KF Sito, on the show, coming to you live
Yo,
from, I do believe, Hong Lim
Hong
Park.
Lim Food Center.
Hong Lim
Food Center.
Food Center, which is where? In the Jurong area.
Hey,
Which is where there's no aircon.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's all
why
you need
don't
to know.
where.
Actually,
How? Hong Lim, hello.
Hong
you
Lim.
don't know Hong Lim, you're not Singaporean, hello.
I've heard of
I
Hong
noticed
Lim.
it
No,
is a-
but
near Pickering. It's close to Pickering.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
it's
Chinatown, right? No.
No.
Okay,
No.
I'll give you 10
close.
points.
Yeah,
No,
close.
I'll give you 10 points,
Southbridge there.
out of 100.
So how
Couple
good
of
is
streets
this?
down.
How good is this Hong Lim hawker center?
How good? It's as good as all the good ones lah. A lot of old school, ape auntie style, because originally they catered to the housing estates here, all the older residents here. So you can see a bunch of people come and read their newspaper. You see,
Yes.
relax, have coffee and all that.
That's so cool.
And then I mean, this is like a deli, like a cafe for them, a hawker center. But over the years, because Hong Lim became so famous, everybody's into hawker food. They come in and discover the bak chor mee lah. They can discover the char kway teow and the fishball noodle and the curry noodle, etc., etc., etc. This place is now really a destination hawker center for everybody except for Glenn.
Hey, can I just
Glenn
be
is a minority.
Can I be honest with everybody? Okay, I want to tell everybody this so that they know that I'm not just acting. Okay, so I grew up in the East, right? So the hawker center that I'm most familiar with is the Marine Parade Hawker Center. I used to go there
Okay.
all the time. That was the only hawker center that I used to go to. Okay. And then later on, now I'm familiar with the Whampoa Hawker Center.
Yes.
Okay.
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 But other than
Why,
that,
why?
I have no idea. These are the only two hawker centers that I know.
Why are you familiar with Whampoa? What's
Oh,
you
because
got to do with Whampoa?
Jean's family is in Whampoa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And if Gene's family wasn't in Whampoa, they were in the East, he would only be familiar with Marine Parade.
There's still one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't been to the Marine Parade Hawker Center in at least 15 years.
And they renovated
Oh.
twice, I think.
So you can't say you're familiar with it then.
Yeah, because it's new
And
now.
you still live in the
Probably
east.
No,
Still
I
in
live
the-
in the
No.
Brattle area now. Yeah.
Ah, brother.
He
poor
doesn't
thing,
even know
nothing down there.
Toa Payoh. he works in Toa Payoh.
That's true. We haven't
He's
even been
there
to
every
Toa Payoh.
day.
I'm boring like that lah. Just like go home, go to work.
But this guy can prattle on about New York, right?
Oh yeah.
I love New York.
Oh,
He's hung out more in New York than he has at hawker centers.
That's
being a
true.
Singaporean.
Yeah, I
Food
tell you
doesn't-
the reason, the real reason why Pat and myself is doing this project in New York, because we definitely have to spend more time there to settle the project. But the real reason is because we want to go to Woodbury's to shop.
Woodbury's.
Woodbury.
You don't know Woodbury's,
I
you
don't
go
know.
New York, you don't know. You
The
go and
traveling
sit- you go to
Wilburys.
You go in Woodbury, then
Woodbury's.
Wilbury. Dun, 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 dun.
What's
He's
Woodbury's?
And Woodbury's is 1 hour, slightly over an hour bus ride from the central station in New York. And oh my god.
Okay, I've not been to Woodbury's.
Hang on.
I've been to
Pause for it,
Macy's.
pause.
Because it's too far away.
Okay, he's showing us food already. So
Fishbowl noodles,
Sito
okay.
will go back to the Big Show TV, show us the food that you've ordered, and of course, in just a while, we'll be talking to the founder of Urban Space, Mr. Eldon Scott, who is in Singapore and who is with KF Sito right now. This is with regard to the food hall in the USA, New York, New York. Up next, Sticks. This is Babe on 1FM 91.3. Ooh, fishball noodles.
Okay, we're back.
Fishball noodles, Sito.
Wait. Carry on yapping. I want to take picture first.
Are you taking pictures of
Taking a
this?
picture.
Check
So we are
this
watching
out,
him taking a
cameras out.
picture.
Wow. So
Your
the pet
microphone.
is going to get Eldon. So
Okay.
meanwhile, we'll take
No problem.
oh
So
my
this food hall is going to
God.
be 7th Avenue.
Seven.
It's 135 West.
Okay, 50th Street. 50th,
50th Street
yeah.
between 6 and 7. And if you are a tourist, it will take you about 8 minutes to walk to, about 6 to 8 minutes to walk to Times Square. If
You
you're
can
a
walk
New
from
Yorker,
Very
it will
central.
take you 2 minutes to walk to right where they drop the ball.
It's
Solid,
very,
yeah.
very
Every
near.
New year. So it's
I stayed at
Great
164.
location.
I'm so excited.
164.
It's a great place that's gonna have there's gonna be a footfall from the officers because you sit right smack at the bottom of the UBS bank and all these huge
Oh,
banks
wow.
are all surrounded there, and it's true lah. Don't be on there same as us lah. Hey, try not to sell them too many soupy kari thing It will stain your
Splatter.
Yes,
Manhattan
Don't give them
soup
chopsticks.
lah.
And then they'll get
So you
pissed
give
off.
Yeah, or give them those paper bibs, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, Sito, have you
Study
got a
talk
name
that's
for the
like-
spot already? Is it going to be
Oh
Makansutra
yeah,
or
we've been
something
talking
else?
about it. There's some names that we like. We're down to about a couple of names.
Okay.
We'll announce it very, very
Okay,
soon.
cool.
but
We do
you'll feel
Facebook poll
right.
for you lah.
Hey, yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
So it's a hawker center as much as can be because Eldon has already seen the concept here. He says, "Hey, this is it, man." Viewers, listeners, give us an idea of what the name should be. Ideally,
No, it's okay, come
we
up
should
with
have
names, yeah.
ideally we
come
should
up
have
with
a hawker name there, but try not to put too much Singlish down there, lah.
Just
You know
Mac
what I mean?
and Sutra sounds great.
Makansutra.
Makansutra? You've got Sutra in there, it'll do.
No. We are not licensing our name for
Okay.
this. I mean, we are the brands behind it. We're the names behind it. I mean, you don't call KFC Yums, right? Yum Food or something like that.
Yeah,
Yum
it's
Food
true.
own them.
Yeah.
So we are the brands behind it. And give me some suggestions. It is. You know, we were talking about design initially, how it's going to be. Then going to be hip, cool. Then I remember what Bourdain said years ago when he came and I said, "Hey Tony, you got so many people on your team telling me the design should be like that. While he was eating hammy in Tekka. It was so cool, no? Design. He just turned around, he pointed at the hawker center like that. That's it. When you put something like that smack in the middle of Times Square, you know how stunning that's gonna be. People go, oh wow, what foldable chairs, plastic chairs, and this kind of bolted down tables and those mahjong style tables. I say, yeah. You go there, it will stun people. When they eat, they realize this is not just about food; it's the entire culture.
They need to be transported.
Yeah, so we are not just, as I said, I'm bringing the stories over. I'm bringing the experience and the culture over. I'm not going to give you soft seating like having coffee, having teh tarik in that sofa where our friends TV show people sit on.
Make sure you also teach them how to chop the tables with the tissue packets.
Yeah, man.
You have a couple of spare tissue packets around.
Imagine that in New York.
Who knows, man?
People laugh.
We're just what 2 or 3 streets away from Trump Tower. Guess who may drop by?
Oh, there you go.
The good old Donald.
The man himself.
Okay,
I got 3 minutes.
I want to be the first person to suggest a name for this place.
Okay.
Yes.
I suggest that you call it Singapore Hawker Center. Really?
creative, Glenn.
Right?
Yeah, no, it's
I don't have to be
simple.
creative. I want to put that name out
It's
there
right
to
there, the
all
name
the
is right there.
Americans. Singapore Hawker Center.
Wow. Okay. Any others? Any others?
No.
But I'm a sting.
Come on, FD, be creative.
I mean, some of the team in US where we used to work with, and then were so-called lived and worked in Singapore for a couple of years, and they are Singapore experts. Call it a hawker shock lah. I said.
You can't pronounce shock.
They
Yeah.
won't know
I mean,
what it is.
That is
Singapore
that is
Eats.
so
Singapore
colloquial.
Eats is easy as well.
Yeah.
Someone has said the UNESCO Gallery by Makansutra.
You cannot use the word UNESCO.
UNESCO, right.
is not for sale.
Yeah.
Right.
You cannot
Yeah.
use the name. They
Peter
will
Neil
take,
suggested-
They will take your bottom to the wash to the cleaners, man.
What, Sean?
SG Food Hut.
SG?
Food Hut. It's not a hut.
Hunt.
Oh, Hunt. Sorry, Hunt.
Oh, Hunt. Right, Hunt.
Another one, Malayan
Hut-
Food Center.
Hut, H-U-T.
Hunt.
H-U-N-T.
Lion, hello, such a vomit name lah.
Hey, but I do like
Singapore
Angel's
Food
idea of
Paradise.
Singapore Eats.
Singapore Eats.
I like Singapore Food Paradise.
Singapore Eats a bit more, it's a bit
Singapore
modern,
Eats.
you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But
And it's easy to pronounce. It's yeah.
But I
Yeah, just
still go with the
Singapore
hawker
and with
because you want to push hawkers, right? You want to let
try,
them.
try to incorporate the word.
Yeah, Singapore
hawkers,
eats
because
a hawker
say what you
culture
want.
at the bottom. You know,
Say,
Singapore
say
eats
what you want. The word hawker is very associated with Singapore because we created hawker center. Of course, in Malaysia they have, but here the name hawker is institutionalized. It's very government one. Huh?
How about
Then we have one person who came up and said, "Can we call it the Sin Hawk Center?" Cannot. They'll think it's the bird park, no?
how about Crazy
You know-
Hungry Asians?
I once proposed the idea of I don't know if any of you have been to Italy, Eataly.
Yes,
Italy,
heard of it.
New York. It is like a food cave. You got little stations selling all sorts of Italian food and coffee and pastas and pizzas with a merchandising station. So I was so inspired by the word Italy, and I said, hey, if we ever open a similar version like this in New York, we'll call it Sin. That is your baggage tag. When
Tag
you
for
arrive in
Singapore, yeah.
Yeah.
It
You
is the
remember?
short.
You
It is
always
the
see
airport
that.
tag, yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
but
It's not even SG. It's SIN. Yeah.
It's SIN.
Yes.
It's so ironic. It's such an oxymoron. People come to Singapore and sin. Hey, hello, ain't gonna happen.
How about this? Singapore
One minute.
Hawker Culture Club.
Culture Club.
Just joking.
Glenn's coming
hi
out with
to-
some
There you
good.
go.
hi to
Good
Eldon.
morning.
Good morning, Mr. Scott.
He will. Pat is gonna hook him on to a
Yeah.
mic on the
You
on
got
a
you
table
got 50
facing me.
seconds. Then we're back on air.
Yeah, and then we'll talk to Eldon in a while. Eldon is having his kopi now.
Oh,
nice.
lovely.
So Eldon, we were talking to them, asking viewers and listeners for names. So they're coming up with very interesting names. Afterwards, we'll go back, we'll check the interesting names that they come up with.
Actually, quite a lot.
For our hall.
Hawker Eats is
I
another
like
one with
Grand Hawker Central.
Yeah.
Grand Hawker Central. I love that. That's cute.
Where's the Singapore?
Grand Hawker Central. Hey,
Underneath, then
wow,
put
okay.
Singapore. lah.
Underneath, you can put Singapore.
So
Yeah.
started, we're gonna hook you on to that one.
Ah,
Then you
stand
can
by,
talk
going online.
via the.
Okay, come.
Hang on.
FD
You guys
traffic.
talk. I'm gonna hook you
Yeah,
on.
we're doing a traffic
Yeah.
first, okay? Stand
No
by.
problem.
Sure.
He's on already.
1FM 91.3 traffic.
Alrighty, let's take a look at that traffic situation. We've got the usual delays. They're not as bad
Hold
as,
it, I'm gonna
as
give you
normal.
a-
A lot of people have taken today off. The TPE towards the PIE, an obstacle on the road after Sengkang, so look out for that. That is going to slow you down a wee bit. TPE towards the SLE, a vehicle broken down after Punggol Road exit as well. So those areas are going to affect you just a wee bit this morning. If you're out and about, please stay within the speed limit. Make sure you've got everyone buckled up. Be safe as you drive today.
Good morning, Singapore, and welcome back to The Big Show and The Big Show TV. We welcome our viewers who are watching us on The Big Show TV from around the world. Close to 40 countries are watching us right now. And this morning, we are very, very privileged to have a special guest. Sito is going to be talking to him, and so are we. He is the president and founder of Urban Space. And we're so very, very excited because sometime early next year, we're going to be making headway into New York City with KFCito and Urban Space. The food hall idea is back on, right, Sito? You're on mute, by the way.
Yeah, both of you are actually.
Both of
Yeah,
you. Okay. Good morning, Eldon.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to
meet you.
Singapore.
Thank you so much.
Is this the
Are you
first time
yeah.
you're in Singapore?
I'm totally used to it. I got used to it very quickly. I love it. But Sito's been feeding me too much food.
That's
So
all.
this is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, he tends to do that a bit. He does
Yes,
tend to do
yes.
that a bit.
So, first impressions up close of a hawker center. What do you have to say about it, Eldon?
I love the culture of it. I love the fact that people just come down from their apartments and their offices and they hang out and it's a place for them to gather. I think that's amazing. And we have had some historic markets like this in New York and in the States, but most of them were shut down over the years. So it's great. I think it's unique that you've got this kind of culture that remains. I think it's really, really great.
Okay.
We
So
had
of all the food that Sito's filled you with, what's the one that stands out the most?
well, the chicken and rice. I mean,
Chicken rice.
Chicken rice.
come on.
Chicken rice.
Yeah. I feel like it's the equivalent of my mother's chicken soup. So made me feel very good.
In Singapore, we just drop the and we just call it chicken rice.
Chicken rice.
That's it.
Now, Eldon, I mean, you guys have, lots of Asian food in New York. I mean, one of my favorite cities in the world. What is it about the Singapore food culture that appeals to you?
I think it's the variety. It's the different nationalities in one place, and that you can come in. There's like 100 different hawkers and so much variety. I think that's really a incredible part of it. You can get a lot of different tastes. I mean, the different tastes that we've had in the last 2 days, explode. Tito told me it would blow my mind, and it has. So it's delivered. He's delivered. The hawkers have delivered.
And
Okay, I see you're having coffee there, and I'm sure you've never tasted anything like that before. Are you going to be bringing the drinks as well to New York?
Oh yeah. We met with several people about that already. So
We met with a potential vendor and the victim of
Your
Sito, you're
microphone is
muted.
Sito,
you're muted.
your
Sito.
mic is muted, Sito.
And also, you're too
well,
close
we
to
have
the
There you go,
There you
yes.
we had the sock. We did the sock.
The sock for the
Yeah,
coffee.
yeah.
Okay.
So they fed him with a cup of kopi C, and then they have a yin yang, the kopi and tea mix,
mix,
and because they put evaporated and condensed milk in there, the thing is so buttery, and then they just. I think it's gonna do Times Square a lot of good when they have kopi C.
It's going to revolutionize the morning
Yeah.
coffee for New Yorkers.
They will say bye bye Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly. For a fraction of the cost.
And
And our
Eldon,
coffee is going to be cheap, and our coffee there is likely to be cheaper by a couple of bucks.
At least, yeah.
it's going to be so
probably.
appealing. Eldon, you've got the perfect guy in KFCito to be your partner in this project. I can tell you that.
I've heard that many times, and now I know it for real. So yeah, it's been great. We've known each other now for 4 or 5 years, so it's been really great getting to know him and getting to know the cuisine. And we've
So
got a great spot to do this. We're right in Midtown, right by all the offices and all the hotels. It's people are gonna get crazy for this.
Yeah.
You're saying, Angel?
Yeah, what are you going to be feeding Eldon for breakfast today?
I don't know
You
yet,
haven't
man.
thought about
I was
it.
just thinking about myself. But we have
Yeah,
we
he's
have a
eating.
whole hour for breakfast.
And you're eating
Um,
away and
Yeah, we have a whole hour for breakfast. And before our next appointment, after this show, and I don't want Eldon to be eating and talking because he's not an expert like me. I can chopstick, I can sing, I can talk, I can drink kopi, I can read your note. So that one is expert. So I'm gonna allow Eldon to behave himself here, and later we'll stuff our faces here with probably curry noodle and char kway teow, bak chor mee, the works lah.
Nice.
All right, this is
Remember
awesome.
the last time I had curry noodles.
So,
Yeah.
so I just want to tell you that Eldon is also a member, some committee of the Times Square Association. Is that what it's called, Eldon?
It's a Times Square Association, yeah. And I'm involved with that.
And they are like our Orchard Road Association.
Oh.
Hey, you cannot anyhow invite any suka brand into that place. No, they look after the place, the reputation, and for us, out of nowhere, fall down from the sky to be given a prime time slot like this says a lot.
Absolutely.
About who we are. And for the last 4 years, when we have been discussing this project, after Bourdain closed it, I've been sending pictures. I've been doing all kinds of stuff until I run out of saliva and space on my computer to show them images. They will not get it. He come here once. Maxwell Hawker Center, chicken rice. He said, "This is it. This is it."
Nice.
We all love chicken rice. Okay, so here's my suggestion once again: Singapore Hawker Food Center in New York. That is my
Singapore Eats. No, mine is Singapore
Okay,
Eats.
she says
Hawker
Singapore.
culture.
Yeah,
Yes.
Singapore Hawker Food Center.
No, Singapore Eats.
Mine
Stop
is
it.
Grand Makan
Yeah, as you can
Central.
tell, that these two argue a lot.
Okay, Singapore,
Hey.
what do you think? WhatsApp us 88550913.
No, Facebook.
Huh?
So they can see also because they WhatsApp only
Yeah,
we see.
put it on
They're
Facebook so
gonna
they
go
can check
look
it
at
later.
all the comments
Yeah,
later.
so put it on
and then-
Facebook.
Yeah, put it on
So
Facebook.
you want it to
Keep
be
it
on
coming, keep it
Facebook.
coming.
Okay. Keep it coming on our Facebook
Facebook.
page. That's 1FM 91.3. In the meantime, here's Go West. We close our eyes on 1FM 91.3. We're talking to KFCito and Eldon Scott on the Big Show TV.
All right, back.
Interesting names are coming up.
Yeah, someone said Hawker Sutra.
Hawker
Sutra.
Sutra. Remix it.
Hawker Sutra. Hey,
That's a
wow.
nice
Hey, hey, listen, you
We're
go
gonna put
chat
Sutra
with,
in there.
You go chat with hey, this religion thing. I don't play.
Okay.
So, when it comes to religion. So
Religion.
you go chat with Eldon while I go and grab him a surprise breakfast.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
All right.
It's interesting. Someone has said Singapore Hawker Square because it's Times
Maybe
Square.
it's Times Square.
Hey, that's not a bad idea.
That's not too bad as well.
I-
You're gonna have a tough time picking a name.
Grand
Right?
Makan
We're-
Central.
We're crowdsourcing our names. This is amazing.
Well,
There you go.
we've got a ton of suggestions, an absolute ton.
Yep. Eldon, Singapore must be in the name. I think Singapore's got to be in the name.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So Eldon, I mean, how are you going to sort of ensure that things are not Americanized in the food hall? Where it stays authentic to Singapore.
It's just by the people involved. All the people involved are going to be hawkers and managers that get hired that Sito is finding that also are familiar with the food and the culture.
Okay.
But it's not. It can't be exactly the same. We're going to be in New York. We can make it. We were looking at the signs and the booth sizes and trying to make it as close as we can.
Right.
How big is the space? I know that he said 18 stalls, but how big is the space?
It's 12,000 feet, and
Okay.
it's really cool because it's an arcade through the block, so people
Okay.
will just walk through. It's a cut through.
Oh,
between
right.
Oh,
Okay.
I
different
see.
buildings.
It's like a
So you can
thoroughfare,
cut
right?
through. You can go to Radio City Music Hall on one side. The other side is Times Square.
Wow.
So it's just a very, what we like, which I like about the hawker centers, is that it's a public space that is a little bit private because you can get food, but it's also, they say also private space should be more public. So I like that interaction between,
Right.
where people can just hang out.
Eldon, is
do
it
the thing.
is it air conditioned?
We are air conditioned. I know that's not authentic. Like, I'll turn it off.
No,
I'll shut it
I
off.
like it. I
No,
I
he
love
wants air conditioning.
Yes,
Glenn has to have air
I'm here right now.
conditioning.
We have fans here, but
We
there's no
have
air conditioning.
fans.
I know. I'm still hoping and praying that one day all our hawker centers will be air conditioned.
Well,
That's
this
called
one
a
will
food
be.
court.
That's why.
This one will
It's called a
be.
food.
Eldon, while we wait for Sito, could you also tell us a little bit about Urban Space?
Sure, yeah. Actually, people don't realize this, but we started in 1973 in London. I don't know if you know Camden Lock Market.
Yes, I do.
Camden Town is North London. So Eric Reynolds, who's our founder, started that in 73. And it became, it's like this. We're always, my whole career has been about marketplaces, small businesses, and bringing small businesses together so that customers can come and create a big destination. And back when I was working on Camden Lock with Eric many years ago, we didn't know how this would get impacted by internet culture. But what we've seen is that it gets more relevant because people want to still touch and feel and be something. Obviously, we've been slowed down last year, but one thing I can tell you is that in New York we're a little further ahead. Restaurants are really back, and people are really out of that, which is exciting to see.
That's great. And how long are you in Singapore for, Eldon?
All of this week.
Oh, nice.
week.
Okay.
Then my wife said I have to come back soon.
And how many hawker centers have you gone to
bring
already?
A family here.
Sorry?
Eldon's gonna bring a family here, right?
Oh, nice.
For another holiday.
And Eric.
And Eric, his boss.
Nice.
Beautiful.
So what have I got for Eldon?
Show us.
Okay, so what did you
Can
get?
you all
Curry
explain
puff.
to him what mi chang kueh is?
Oh, it's a peanut pancake.
Ooh,
pancake.
this is so good. Oh, you're gonna love
Oh
this.
my goodness.
The peanut pancake, yeah.
Oh,
The magic, or I get it too.
Yeah, that is
Really,
magical.
The peanuts.
It's
Hey, you're not allergic to peanuts. You're not like
You
one of
ask him
those
now.
that go into a fit. Okay.
all good,
Oh
right?
yeah, more coffee. Yeah, okay, lovely. So,
Try the peanut
Sito, your
pancake.
mic.
Try the peanut pancake, Eldon.
I'm
Sito, your
waiting for
mic,
your
your
first
mic needs to be
impression
pulled
of
up.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on, while I.
So, Sito, the peanut pancake, is that
He
a...
cannot hear now.
Okay, he's taking off his...
He's taking off his.
He's getting tangled up.
because it looks creamy. So, Sito, is that peanut pancake
Elton. Give me your
just
opinion.
peanuts, or is it a mix of butter as well?
They have.
Peanut butter.
Well, we'll let Eldon eating
Okay.
this for the first time.
Oh
tell
my
us what
God, I love
he said.
that.
Okay, go in.
Okay, go on, Eldon. Let's see.
He's like stage
Devour.
fright now. He's
Oh,
like, I'm
wow.
not sure if I'm gonna like this. You're gonna love it.
You're gonna love this.
I have my mute on.
You're muted, yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Do it.
on the outside.
He's holding it. He's
Yum,
teasing
yum,
you.
yum.
Chomping in first
Yum,
time.
I haven't had that
First
for
time.
Ladies and
ages.
gentlemen. Can you feel it?
Look at the
Oh, look
face. Look at the
at
face.
Oh man.
Isn't that magical?
That's the idea. That's the idea.
magical.
It's explosive.
And
Is
how
it
My morning is complete now.
Not yet. We have more.
and how much for a piece of mi chang kueh?
$1. That's
Look at that.
$1. So
Just-
what's
Wow.
that? 50 cents?
in New York. In
What
New
is
York,
it?
there will probably be $15.
It's
So we
almost,
take Bitcoin.
but it's almost
Bitcoin.
like you're sitting there going, why didn't we think about a peanut pancake?
So there's a lot of talk about what would New Yorkers, especially in Midtown, eat. You know that. So I'm saying, what wouldn't they eat, especially if it's good? You know, you can't always be eating stuff that you can only pronounce,
That's true. Yeah.
that you saw on Instagram. You know.
Yeah,
So, but when
yeah.
you put something in your mouth, you know, the stars open and the angels sing Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah.
I mean,
So-
something like a
so-
peanut pancake is so easy to take and go, right? It's a grab and go food, like your curry puffs and all that. It's not a sit
And-
down with noodles.
And the location caters to a lot of Broadway theatre goers. So
Oh, wow.
pre-dinner kopi, or little bites and snacks. And the other snack that I want Eldon to try, which I believe our Broadway fellas, Broadway fans will swear by, is this. Eldon, take a piece of this and chomp in.
Okay. Can I also give you a
I
suggestion?
love how
Furthermore,
you're
it is.
doing this live.
See,
Take
Sito.
the whole thing, take the whole thing.
Sito, can I give you a suggestion? If you're bringing the mi chang kueh to New York, right? Call it mi chang kueh,
Ooh, curry puff.
okay?
It's literally a
Yeah,
curry
well,
puff.
of course we call it mi chang kueh.
Yeah,
and
call
then
it mi chang
what?
kueh, and
I
then-
mean, it's like when Japanese brought sushi to
They didn't change the
America,
name.
they called it sushi.
Yeah. But you see, I can just picture them going like, okay, mi chang kueh, not everyone will be able to pronounce it, but it's so delicious, so eventually they're gonna go MCK.
MCK. We'll have the MCK.
We'll have an
If you can
MCK.
pronounce Coca-Cola, you can pronounce mi chang
Mi
kueh.
chang kueh, yes.
Okay.
That's
This is
true.
true.
You're a little bit more
It's
hopeful
about
than me.
it's about staying firm with a sound or a name that's associated with love.
And it's about
Okay.
repeating it.
Okay, he's
next
gonna
one.
jump into his curry puff. Curry puff.
Okay.
What is it?
It's curry, potato, chicken, egg, empanada.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use the word
it's
empanada,
an
but
Asian
we can call it curry
empanada,
puff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Chomp right in, get into the ingredient.
30 seconds.
Oh, I love that.
So cute.
Okay.
Right?
It's hot.
Spicy curry, curry
Now the
potato.
spice is coming a little bit later.
But not overly spicy, right?
Yeah.
Perfect for the morning. Very good.
Anything in Singapore is perfect for the
yeah,
morning.
we got
You should
no
see what
time
we eat
on-
for breakfast.
We don't follow
I mean, you
time.
come to a hawker center, people eat everything, you know.
Yeah.
From curry puff to char kway
Noodles,
teow.
rice.
Okay,
Okay,
we're
wait,
gonna go back to
Okay.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
on it.
on the radio. So, Sito, you can
The poor people.
speak to Eldon a little bit. Just update us on, the food hall and the stuff that you just ordered.
Sito, your mic
It's
also,
all you. It's your show now. Here we go. Baltimore, a Tarzan boy right here on The Big Show and The Big Show TV, 1FM 91.3. Our guests for this morning is KF Sito, Mr. Makansutra, and of course we have the president of Urban Space, Mr. Eldon Scott, with us as well here in Singapore. Sito, what did you just order for Eldon?
So I'm stuffing his face today, this morning. First soccer food, mee chang kueh, peanut mee chang kueh, and curry puff, the good old egg, potato,
Don't forget
and
coffee.
kopi. We call it kopi. We don't call it coffee.
Is he having a kopi C?
Kopi. And then
Is
he's
he having
got
a
a
kopi
little
C?
nicer, fancier coffee from one of the third generation coffee people called Coffee Break. So some of you are asking, what did I feed Eldon over the last 2-3 days? We had chicken rice, of course, and then we had prawn noodle. And where did we go? We had roast paradise with their roast pork and their char siu. That was walao, sinful, man.
So you
That
haven't
was
done
so
the bak
good,
chor
right,
mee
Eldon?
yet?
You remember yesterday that platter of meat that we had, with the crackling and all that. Oh, that was awesome.
I
What a-
barely fit back in my hotel room.
He's gonna be exposed to char kway teow, nasi lemak. We're gonna have. He did laksa. He did onde. He did kueh salad. This is what I can remember so far. There are a few other stuff. Did I say fishball noodle? Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you said
Douglas's fishball noodle. So what's in store is all this other stuff. I wanted to get an idea of the range of flavors we have here. Even had a try at the Hainanese chicken chop, and it was just so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Hey, Sito, 18 stalls in the New York Food Hall. Have you decided on all of the dishes yet?
Ever since this article broke from Eater, so many people have called up. All the major media here and in New York are calling up again, and the response has been overwhelming. So now we have this delicious problem of curating. My job is to make sure that the food mix is correct, the experiential factor that I'm going to sit down and do it with Eldon should be accurate. I want everybody to walk into that food hall and our food hall in New York. First thing they see and say is hawker center. The smell is right, the noise is right, and everything just feels right, because that's what I promise: authenticity, not just in flavors, the whole shebang.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can't bring every single Singaporean dish there, right? But what do you think the key
course
not.
not.
are? Like your chicken rice, you're gonna have your
Laksa,
fishball noodles.
nasi lemak, chicken rice, fishball noodle,
Prata.
prata.
Carrot cake, char kway teow? No.
No, carrot cake. I'll tell you this. Ellen haven't tried carrot cake yet. It's not a dessert, by the way.
When is that?
What is that?
I think
Is-
now.
there's
I think
no
now.
carrot
We can do
in it.
later a bit.
No.
There's no
no
carrot in
carrot in
carrot
it.
cake. There's white carrot. There's no red carrot. So the thing is that if I'm going to do a carrot cake stall, we're going to do a combo: carrot cake, maybe char kway
Char kway
teow.
teow.
You notice the sauce is about the same.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
you have another one. Perhaps you do a chai hei mee or an oyster
Omelette.
omelette. They call the tree fry the
Yeah.
cheese fry station, San Cao. So those kind of stuff, you see them clang on a pan on a wok with oyster omelette. Oh yeah, oyster omelette. That's the one.
There's so many.
Oyster omelette. That one you gotta do that one. I
Hey, we
want
should
to
get-
sin. I
we should
think
get-
tonight we'll do it.
We should get Eldon to say Oloa. Can he say Oloa?
Hello? Hello?
Close, but not enough.
End with a K.
I have a couple more days to work on this. So what we do, we build these places, and it's sort of interesting because we always say it's like an artificial reef, and we put down the tires and the cinder blocks, but the color comes from the hawkers and the vendors. And our job is to step out of the way and make sure that the right pieces are in place. So that's why I'm here. I'm really looking hard at exactly how things are set up so we can make it very familiar.
Yeah.
The equipment, we have to find the right equipment that is similar, but is a bunch of recurrence that we need. So there's a lot of behind the scenes things that we're working on.
No, it's gonna be a hit. I'm
It's
so
fun.
excited for
Yeah.
New Yorkers. It's gonna be so good. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
it
delicious. All right, we are speaking to Eldon Scott as well as KFC Tour because it's Makansutra Friday right here on 1FM 91.3. Up next, Coldplay. This is Up and Up on 1FM 91.3. Good morning, Singapore.
Okie dokes.
How's Pat doing?
That is polishing the rest of my noodles and the fishball soup.
So enjoying yourself, yes.
Enjoying herself, reading comments there, pointing to me, hey, this name sounds good. This name sounds good.
We
But
do
here's
have
the thing,
a
and I'll
lot
say
of
it again.
suggestions.
Here's the thing, I'll say it again back on radio later. Anybody who's keen to take on the world with their family legacy, their brand, their passion, their recipes, their skills, talk to us. We are not done curating. There's an overwhelming response for those 18 slots, not just from Singapore hawkers, because Singapore hawkers who are based in New York, they are selling their thing there, and we will be we'll be very happy to talk to them. Come, write to us at reach me through my socials or contact at Makansutra, and we'll talk. Because like I said, the more you come, the more they come to me and talk to me, the more authentic I can be in curating this. I can tell the full story and experience. And talking about experience, Eldon saw some plastic chairs at some kopitiam yesterday. And you and I look at the plastic chair and then we look like, it's stable or not, got stain or not, right? He said, this is so cool. He said, this is so cool. We're gonna
I
have
like
this.
the old tables which we saw yesterday.
The old foldable
foldable, yeah.
mahjong style table. He fell in love with that.
Yeah.
So never underestimate what we have in our hawker center that's already embedded in our culture and the world has yet to see and understand and love. So sell it as it is, tell it as it is, because it is what it is.
Hey, Sito, I know it's early days, but are you going to do all the way from breakfast through to dinner?
24 hours.
Eldon?
24 hours.
20, not 24 hours, but maybe. It is Times Square. Maybe.
Yeah.
And it is Singapore. I mean, Singapore, you can eat at any time of the day, and people are eating at any time of the day as well.
We'll start. We'll do breakfast. We'll do lunch. We'll do after work. And we're near the theater district, and Broadway just reopened, which is everyone's so excited about.
Yeah.
So we'll get people board after Broadway as well. So it's going to be open, all day long.
Nice.
Cool.
Can't wait.
And if you've been to Times Square, that place is a 24-hour buzzy little place.
Yeah.
You'll be just walking around, going nowhere, going round and round and round.
Prata at 3 a.m., some roti johns,
Ice
some
kacang.
murtabak,
Never
ice
know.
kacang.
You will never know. Maybe another set of
Yeah.
hawkers will take over and do the 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. gig. You never know.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sounds exciting.
No pressure, Eldon. He just said it's not going to be 24 hours, and here you guys are pushing
Making
for
him work
24-hour food. Singapore
Eldon
hawker
sitting there
center.
going. Eldon sitting there didn't quite bank on 24 hours.
Well, see, you'll come and do the night shift, right?
Yeah, I'll be there doing a night shift, and God knows. Hey, when we're there, we're setting up, or when we eventually open, like I said, we'll beam this show to you live.
Oh, from New York.
It's Times
Friday.
Square.
Okay, wait, we go back
On
on it.
Saturday night.
Okay, Sito, go ahead and mention what you did just now on
wrap
the
up
radio.
now.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
okay.
wrapping
We're
up.
wrapping up now. Stand by. Stand by. Coldplay Up and Up right here on 1FM 91.3. It's Makansutra Friday with the one, the only, the legend himself, KF Sito. Good morning, Sito, and
Yo.
good morning to your very special guest and partner from Urban Space, the president, Eldon Scott. Thank you so much for being on the show this morning, Eldon.
It's a pleasure.
So I was saying earlier, if any of you all talented chefs, passionate people who believe in the culture of food and what it sells, what it means to the soul, and you're out to preserve your family brands, and you want to take on the world, come and talk to us. We'll work with you to bring your brand and your legacy, your family brands and legacy and your skills to the first stop, New York. I mean, I really cannot think of a better place to do our first one than in New York, Times Square, no less. So write to us, reach me on my socials or at contact@makansutra.com. And I really love to curate the ultimate, definitive Singapore hawker food story to the world. As you know, when we open there, I won't just be talking about chicken rice. I'll be talking about the culture of eating in Singapore, and that's what sells. A lot of people are just bragging about how good, how bad the food is, but try to tell a little more about who you are, what you are, where you came from, why you do what you do. People appreciate the culture and stories behind the flavors. That is the 7th flavor. 6 is umami. 7th is the culture.
Culture.
All right,
Awesome.
lovely.
And when can we expect this to open up?
Next spring.
Next spring.
spring.
Awesome. Awesome.
We're going to be very busy.
Okay.
Yes, you
Our
are.
hawkers will be.
We want you all to come visit.
We will.
For sure, for sure.
Love to. Love to.
live- in New York.
Glenn wants to go back. Like
Yeah.
Glenn
I
wants
miss
to
New
walk
York.
round and round and round and round Times Square.
It'll be a pleasure, man, accompanying you guys and
Fantastic.
just being there with you guys as well. For sure. Hopefully everything opens up, borders open up and we're able to travel again. I mean, Singaporeans, being able to go to New York next year.
It's a matter of time. COVID, you can see end of COVID is just around the corner because earlier last year there was no cure. People were clueless. COVID was just slaughtering people. Today we have an idea of what COVID is. There is a cure, there's a prevention, so we know what to do. And I think they are looking at the COVID pill.
Yeah.
I think it's made by Merck.
Yes.
The Singapore government already said they're studying it now, and practical as the government here is, they will go all out for the pill. You know why? You don't need an appointment to go and do a COVID pill. You just put a box in your home and you ask you to take it one every 3 months and you're good. Instead of having a texting you, making an appointment, whether you're allergic and this and that, no time and all that.
Yeah, FD
Oh,
mentioned it.
interesting.
FD mentioned it this morning, and they're already making it available in the UK right now. So
It's already been released in the UK.
yeah, all right.
Eldon, you're saying, Eldon?
What we're seeing is everyone told us there would be pent up demand, and now we're really seeing it. So at all the neighborhoods of New York, they're above their 19 numbers. So in the restaurant business, we're very excited. And it's coming back. It
fantastic.
really is.
Good.
Super.
Revenge
That's
dining.
Super. Well, Sito.
All the
Go on, please.
all the people are out in full force, revenge dining in New York. The restaurants are full, so as long as you're masked up and you are vaxxed, you're okay. Meanwhile, it's still 2 people here in Singapore.
Yep.
Okay, well, congratulations once again to you, Sito, and congratulations, Alden.
Thank you.
You guys certainly have a hit on your hands, and we look forward to the opening of the Singapore Hawker Center in New York.
Singapore Eats.
Singapore Eats.
Grand Makan Central.
Yeah.
Well,
we Grand Makansutra, we will love to see all you guys, all listeners, viewers out there in New York, and come have a party with us.
okay.
Spring is a
Awesome.
lovely time to be in New York.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of your stay.
So people, So people start spreading the
The
news.
Speaking of news,
Okay, yeah, news is coming up. Thank you once again, Eldon. Have a wonderful rest of your stay here in Singapore. And thank you so much, Sito. Thank you to your lovely wife, Pat, as well, for helping out this morning.
Pat.
Thank you, Pat. All right,
Have a
you
great
guys
weekend.
have a wonderful weekend. Hey, Pat.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you guys. Headline news and sports up next on The Big Show.
Cheers.
Yes.
okay, now we
Perfect.
I didn't want to ask them for their votes. If not, it'll
No, I know.
Too long.
Yeah.
It's 9 o'clock already. Yeah, we can
Too
say bye
much.
to everybody on.
Oh, you mean
Facebook
we're not?
Bye.
I see. I thought you cut us off already.
Bye.
All right, share the video.